Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and remain standing for the singing of the national anthem performed by senior Destiny Zhang. Good evening and welcome. My name is Jay Weeks. I'm the principal of both Roberts High School and Early College High School. I would like to welcome students, parents, staff, and especially the class of 2015 to tonight's ceremony. You may be seated. I would also like to welcome special guests for tonight, Superintendent of Salem-Keizer School District, Christy Perry, Vice Chairperson, Salem-Keizer School Board, Nancy McMorris-Audix, Director of Student Services, Ruth Gilbrick, Dean, Office of High School Partnerships, Chemeketa Community College, Abby Hoffer, Assistant Principal at the Teen Parent Program and Early College High School, Paul Sell, our lead teacher for the Teen Parent Program and Senior Advisor, Jessica Dason. Lead teacher for the Early College Program, Adam Williams. And our keynote for tonight, Mr. Ronnie Brooks. This has truly been an amazing group of seniors. They've walked through their halls and made some many accomplishments. Here's a couple of their highlights through this year. This class has earned over 3,400 college credits. If you put that all together, that is more than 36 associate degrees with the credits put together. They have also accumulated over $500,000 in awards and scholarships. All of this while accumulating more than 3,000 hours in volunteer service in a community. Tonight you will notice that our students are wearing cords around their necks. These cords signify some outstanding accomplishments that they have made. The white cords represent those students who have earned an Associate of General Studies degree from Chemeketa. I would like to have these students please stand and be recognized at this time. The maroon cords represent those students who have earned an Associate of Science degree from Chemeketa Community College. I would like to have these students please stand and be recognized at this time. Our silver cords represent those students who have earned an Associate of Arts Organ Transfer degree from Chemeketa Community College. Students, please stand and be recognized at this time. The red, white cord represents the student who has earned their Certificate of Medical Assisting, which is a limited enrollment program at Chemeketa. Please stand and be recognized at this time. Our gold cords represent these students who have earned a cumulative GPA of 3.75 or higher through Early College High School in Chemeketa. Please stand at this time. And our green cords are bestowed on students who have dedicated 500 or more hours to community service over their career as students. Please stand and be recognized at this time. Students, 2 words: finish strong. 2 words that define an objective and a goal. 2 words that define a call to action. 2 words that define what you have done to be sitting where you are tonight. You have embraced a finish strong mindset by your dedication and hard work, which has brought you to this moment. When you faced adversity, you persevered and you finished strong. That's what's brought you to today as high school graduates. Please remember that feeling that you have today the next time you do face adversity or a challenge. Remind yourself, regardless of what has yet to come or what has been, what matters most is how I choose to respond. Will I lie down or will I stand up and fight? The choice is yours, and I encourage you to always continue to finish strong, just like you have done today. At this time, I would like to welcome Assistant Principal Paul Sell to the stage to introduce our student speakers.
Good evening. It is my distinct pleasure tonight to introduce our 2 student speakers. From Early College, Azil Kubaza, and from teen parent, Jennifer Rodriguez. Please come forward.
Hello, everyone, and welcome friends, family, graduates, and honored guests. It is an honor and a big pleasure to be speaking in front of you in this special occasion tonight. I want to start out by quoting a British playwright. His name is Graham Greene, and it goes something like this: "There is always one moment in childhood when the door opens and lets the future in." For a lot of us, this moment was when we walked through the doors of Building 50. In this building, doors definitely opened for a lot of us. We had the chance to experience small classes, focused students, amazing and caring staff, and an early entrance to college. And all of that was for free. As a freshman, I remember walking through the doors of Ms. Wallach's English classroom. We were immature, we were full of ourselves, at times a little mean, and rather self-absorbed. We studied topics like Romeo and Juliet, the Holocaust, and basic writing strategies. And can anyone say vocabulary? Do you guys remember those amazingly long word lists that she tested us every single Friday? Down the hall, a few steps, we entered the doors to the world of science with Mr. Peixoto. As I walk down the halls even today, I am reminded of my science classes by the timelines and periodic tables displayed on the walls. Mr. Peixoto's room leads to another door. In this door, we all remember walking through. This room played music most of the time, and it held one of the biggest biology nerds I have ever met. an awesome guy named Ryan, and he helped me more than he realizes. Finally, through the doors, one entered room 148. Learning about World War I and World War II is a memory one can never forget, because entering that door, you knew that Jeremy Kressner meant business. He made us take the most dreadful midterms I had ever experienced, but these teachers were simply preparing us for our next challenge, moving through the great doors of college. At only 16, I walked through the doors of Chemeketa and took my first college class. I found myself going home with college-level material and college-level expectations. We had the wonderful opportunity of going to Chemeketa and starting our college career early. I have been in college for 2.5 years now, and one thing that has kept me going has been my mom. For a lot of us, college was much easier because of Mom. Whenever we lost motivation, Mom was there saying the right words of encouragement. Mom was able to make everything sound better and much easier. Plus, Mom was always right. My mom has always said that she wants my siblings and I to do better than she and my dad. Most parents want this for their children, and because of this, parents worked hard to open doors for us. It is because of them that we are all standing here tonight, because our parents opened those doors for us. So a big thank you to all the moms and dads who screamed at us, who pushed us, and who were there for us. Gracias, mami, te quiero mucho. As I get older, I have realized that once entering the door to adulthood, life gets much more difficult. You do get much more freedom, but that freedom comes at a really big price: responsibility. When I think about all my responsibilities, I realize that I must give our teen parents props, because they had to mature way faster than a lot of us. They have all the responsibilities that I have, plus the responsibility of another life. Teen parents, I admire you, and I congratulate you on being the strong woman that you are today. Sitting here, waiting for our names to be called, we can be proud of what we have achieved. Diplomas, associate's degrees, and an early college credit are big accomplishments. But hopefully we will not stop here. Hopefully our education will continue throughout our lives in many different ways. As we continue on to further our education and training, as we move through the door into the work world, as we pursue interests in families and adventures, I hope we will all make our marks in this world and make a huge difference. Congratulations, class of 2015, not only for graduating with a high school diploma, but for also acquiring an associate's degree, or at least some college credits under your belt. The door to this phase of our lives is closing, but there are so many more doors waiting to be opened, and I cannot wait to see what is waiting for us. Here is to continued success and to plenty of adventure. Class of 2015, I send my best regards as you walk across the stage and through the door to our bright future. Congratulations and thank you.
Too short. Welcome, friends, family, and honored guests, and a big hello to the class of 2015. We're all excited to finally be sitting in this gorgeous auditorium, preparing to walk across the stage to accept our diplomas. How did the time go so fast? It seems like only yesterday that we were little freshmen. Now we're all seniors who stand here ready to move forward in life, some with our children at our sides. How do we measure the time we spend in school? In the beginning, we measured time by the summer of recesses we enjoyed each day. We may have measured it by holidays and vacations attached to it. Possibly we counted the days until summer break, at least I know I did. As we moved into middle school, we began measuring time in class periods and semesters, counting down the days to eventual summer freedom. In high school, we measure it by progress reports, final weeks, and trimesters. We have moved by being clueless freshmen to becoming sophomores who thought they had it all figured out. By our junior year, we were confident that we were prepared to take over the top position from seniors. And now we can graduate ourselves. Leaving high school is such a brutal transition. It's exciting because the world is opening us before our eyes, offering us opportunities that are limitless. It's scary though, because we have to leave the safety that we have known, the caring staff, the predictable routines, and move into the unknown no matter how fabulous it may be. Being in the Teen Parent program has been the best experience ever. We have come to school every day to accomplish our goals and provide our children with a solid foundation. We have measured the time we have spent here not only in class periods, but the friendships that we have made, and the times we have shared together as students and as moms, and in the connections that we have made with the caring teachers and support staff in Building 50. Without these lovely people, we wouldn't be here we are today. I thank every staff member in the teen parent program, in childcare, and at early college for understanding us, for helping us in challenges to be better students and people. My experience and my son's experience have been made all better because of the wonderful people who work here. We began high school as children, but now we're leaving as adults. Now we will be going our separate ways, some of us to college or universities, some into the workforce, and some to explore unknown adventures. We will be measuring time in different ways, in credits, in paychecks, in adventures, in hugs and laughter. So class of 2015, this is your day. Enjoy it. Give yourself a pat in the back. Look ahead to your next goal. There's no question to your accomplishments. You have earned the respect of your classmates, teachers, and especially your families. You have made them all proud. Now go out there and amaze them. Congratulations, class of 2015. We did it.
Let's please give one more round of applause to our two student speakers. Next up is our Amada drumming class. Our school's Afro drumming ensemble will be performing two selections this evening. The first is a medley of two rhythms, Boucher by Suki, and Picasso, a traditional Afro-Cuban rhythm arranged by Carolyn Brandy. The second selection, Mozambique, is a Cuban rhythm. It is a difficult song to master and say, and represents the drummers as well as our graduates successfully meeting the challenges to arrive here tonight. Thank you, Amada. At this time, we would like to introduce our valedictorians and salutatorians at this time. When I call your name, please come forward to the stage to be recognized. Our valedictorians are awarded to the student in each program with the highest GPA. For early college, Kaylee Munez. Kaylee is the daughter of Ed and Darla Munez. She plans to attend Portland State to pursue an undergraduate and master's degree in special education and elementary education. Valedictorian for the Teen Parent Program, Leia Nueva Frias. Leia is the daughter of Pelani Nueva and Juan Samuel Frias. She plans to attend Chemeketa Community College in the fall with plans to transfer to OHSU in the future. Our salutatorians are awarded to the students with the second highest GPA in our programs. For early college, Victoria Vaughn. Victoria is the daughter of Mark and Susan Vaughn. She plans to pursue the physical therapy assistant program at Lane Community College. For the Teen Parent Program, Monse Leva Mendez. Monse is the daughter of Tedora Sanchez. She plans to attend Chemeketa Community College in the fall. Ladies and gentlemen, the valedictorians and salutatorians of early college and teen parent. It is my pleasure tonight to introduce our guest speaker, Mr. Ronnie Brooks. Mr. Brooks has been a teacher and administrator at the college level in Texas and is now the Aspire coordinator for Salem-Keizer School Districts. He's not only an outstanding mentor for students, but a compassionate human being who believes that first-rate education and opportunity to succeed belongs to everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ronnie Brooks.
To Mr. Weeks, the principal and his staff, to the superintendent of schools, school board members, officials from Chemeketa, the graduates, and your families. This is what it's all about. We can get to this stage. I graduated in 1970. Many of you weren't even born. When I think back on that, you can't help but think about it's not how you start, but how you end. I think about myself when I walked into a small school called Booker T. Washington Elementary School. I had my little white shorts on, my U.S. Kids, my Fruit of Balloon t-shirt. I had a little sandwich in a grocery bag. I can remember what my mother put in there. She put 2 peanut butter sandwiches, a banana, and that was my lunch. That's how I started out. I was a mama's child. So for the first 3 years of school, I would cry every day because I wanted to be home with my mother. My sister was 3 grades above me, and my first grade teacher by the name of Mrs. Allen would take me to my sister's class so that I would quit crying. That went on until my father found out one day as he was visiting the school. I did not know he was going to make an arrival at our school, and when he walked into the first grade class where I was supposed to be, he noticed that my seat was empty. He asked, "Miss Allen, where is Ronnie Joe?" She says, "Ronnie just keeps on crying." And so I had to take him to Jackie's class so that he wouldn't disturb the other students. My father proceeded down to that class on that bright sunny day in Wichita Falls, Texas. I'll never forget it. I had on my blue shorts. I had on my ECHS and my Fruit of Balloon t-shirt. When I looked up and I saw my dad standing in the door, Jackie said, "I bet you won't be in here tomorrow." And I'll never forget, I was not there the next day. That's how I started off. And then I'll never forget, when I got into middle school, there was a young man by the name of Edward Martin. Edward Martin weighed about 250 pounds. He was a big boy. He was in my class, and I no longer would have that little brown paper bag. My parents said, "We're going to allow you to eat in the cafeteria and go through the hot lunch line." I felt like we had won the lottery and we were just rich folks, because I've been having that little old bag. It was so greasy. People would laugh at me. I would have to stick the bag in my back pocket because Mama said, "Bring your bag home." And so when I would get 20 cents in order that I might get a good hot meal, Edward Martin, 230 pounds, would meet me just about a block and a half away from school. I no longer had on shorts. I had on my blue jeans, my Fruit of Balloon t-shirt, and my ECHS. Edward Martin beat me up every day, and he took my lunch money. And that went on for about a month. And my dad was home one day, and as we sat at the dinner table, I'll never forget, I was eating like I had not had a meal before, and my father said, "Ronnie, why are you eating like that?" My sister Jackie said, "Because Edward Martin been beating him up, taking his lunch money. And that's why he's eating like that, Daddy. He hadn't had anything to eat." My father told me, he says, "Now, Ronnie, I'm going to make a deal with you." He said, "You either stand up to this young man, or I'm going to spank you every time you come home." I was getting a whooping about 8 o'clock every morning on my way to school by Edward Martin. I was getting a whipping about 9 o'clock every night from Paul Winston Brooks. That went on for about 2 weeks, and I never forget, on that Monday morning when Edward Martin said, "Ronnie, come on, give me your lunch money." I said, "No, not today." He says, "Ronnie, don't make me whip you again." I said, "Not today." And on that bright, beautiful day, I beat Edward Martin up. I beat him up. He was not going to take my lunch money. And I never forget, there were two groups of people. One stood on one side who said, "Ronnie, you can never beat Edward Martin up." The others on the other side said, "Ronnie, beat him up for me." I want to tell you something, graduates. There will always be two groups of people in your life. Those that will tell you what you can't do, and those that will tell you what you can do. I want to tell you, you can do it. You have to have that tenacity about yourself that nothing can stop you from reaching your goal. In 1969 was the first year of integration in Wichita Falls, Texas. They closed down Booker T. Washington High School, and they bused us to the other schools. And I never forget, that when I got ready to take the ACT test, you won't believe the score that I made. 2. I don't care how you put it. 2 is 2. 2. A lady by the name of Mrs. Gould called me in and she said, Ronnie, I don't think you're a college material. I think you need to get you a good job and call it quits. I almost listened to what she was saying. I know she was looking at my grades. I know she was looking at my ACT exam. But something on the inside of me said that I wanted life better than what my parents had. And I'll never forget my dad who cut yards during the summertime. And if you've ever been to Texas during the summertime, you know that it gets 104 degrees. And I had been listening to Mrs. Gould, but one day my dad had me out cutting some grass, and I'll never forget what happened. It was about 106 degrees on that particular day, and I had an epiphany and said that, you know what, I want to go to college. I don't care where it is. I don't care what I'm going to major in, but I'm going to do something because I don't want to cut grass anymore. And to this day, I don't cut grass. My wife cuts the yard. But I never forget when I had that epiphany, I walked in and I told my dad, I said, Daddy, I want to go to school. Now, remember now, I was not a good student. Remember now that I did not do well on the ACT test. By all indicators, I should have never graced the doors of a university. But I'll never forget when I went to Henderson County Community College, 1970. At the end of August, I walked in and I was registering. It took me approximately 4.5 hours to register. 4.5 hours. You want to know why? I didn't learn to read until I went to college. I was a good kid. And so during that time, it was called social promotion. You good kid, you don't cause any problems, you just keep going forward. But I never forget there was a man by the name of Dr. Caskey who was standing over in the corner as we were doing arena registration. And I never forget when he walked up, I had my big old afro. Remember, it was 1970. I had my big afro, had a dashiki on. And I had my plaid pants on with some platforms. And you don't know, men used to wear high-heel shoes, and they were called platforms. I looked a mess. But I never forget when he walked over, he looked at me and he said, son, I've been watching you, and it's been taking you almost 4 hours to fill out a one-page application. And I'll never forget, he looked at me and he said, I'm the reading teacher here. I'm going to teach you how to read. I never forget when I learned how to read, how life opened up for me. Remember, it's not how you start, but how you end up. And I'll never forget, I graduated from community college, and there was a lady by the name of Mrs. Evelyn Polk. Mrs. Polk was about 39 years of age, and she was my counselor at the black school, and something had happened to Mrs. Polk. We don't know what it was, but she was in a convalescent home at the tender age of 39 years of age. She asked my mother to have me to come visit her after I graduated from community college. I thought that was good enough. I got a 2-year degree. That's good enough. I can buy me a nice little cutlass. I'll get me an apartment. That's good enough. I'll make enough money to make enough groceries. I won't have to go by my parents' house for maybe once every 2 months and get some money when I can't pay my bills. But you know what? I think that I have enough. But I never forget what Mrs. Polk told me. She opened up my degree. She rubbed her hands over it because she was blind. And she not looked at me, but she looked up at me. And I'll never forget what she said to me, not good enough. I said, Miss Polk, you remember I couldn't read? She said, not good enough. She said, you can do better. I ended up going to East Texas State University, graduating from there But before I could graduate, I flunked out. I pledged to fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity. Oh, I was a good Kappa. I was at every party. I was the first one there, and I was the last one to leave. I was very good there. And I never forget, they sent a letter home to my parents. It was December the 17th when I got the letter. I tried to intercept the mail. But one thing about my parents, you don't touch that mail. So I was trying to go through the mail, and I'll never forget, my mother walked in, and she says, Ronnie Joe, you know you don't mess with our mail. What are you doing? And she opened that letter that says that I was on 1-year academic suspension. My mother looked at me and she said, son, I want you to go back in January and I want you to get back in school. I don't care what it takes. You get back in school. After Christmas was over with, I got in my little old 1966 Chevy. It was white, had big old wheels on the back, and you could hear me coming from 6 miles away, and I drove back to Commerce, Texas. When I got there, I got in line, and you know when you're on 1-year academic suspension, you got to go before the Academic Appeal Committee. I stayed before that committee. I stood in line for over 3 hours, waiting my turn. A lady walked up to us, and her name was Dr. Dean Sturgeon. She was an ex-military lady. She looked at me with a stern look and she says, come here, young man. I said, no, ma'am. She says, come here, young man. I said, no, ma'am. She says, I order you to get out of line. I am the dean of this institution of higher learning. Come here. So I walked over there. She said, I don't know why I'm doing this. She says, but here's a pink slip. I want you to go register. Come by my office once a week. I will monitor you until you graduate. I graduated from East Texas State in 1975. And when I walked across that stage, here was Dean Sturgeon standing there, gave me a handshake. And she said something to me that I thought that I would fall off the stage. She said, not good enough. She says you got to work on a master's degree because if you're going to be competitive, Ronnie, you got to be the best. I said, Dean, I don't mean any harm. I thank you for everything you've done for me, but this old brain has gone as far as I think it can go. That next semester, I was in graduate school. I come by here to tell you, young people, it's all about how you plan to finish. If I live to see the end of this school year, this will be my 43rd year being in education. I started out as a young man, crying in the 1st grade. Edward Martin beat me up in middle school, flunking out of college. But it's all about how do you plan to end. You have to believe that you can be the best that you can be. So don't listen to those naysayers. Don't listen to the dream busters. You have to be like I was. When those people said that I would make it, you have to dare to dream and believe that you can make it. So as I prepare to sit down, I want you to remember this one thing. I was the director of the Upward Bound program for some 15 years there at Texas A&M University, and I would make my students say this cheer every morning because I'm a cheerleader. I believe in cheering people on. And it went something like this. I might not be as popular as I like to be, but I am somebody. Might not be able to go to the kind of places I like to go to, but I am somebody. Might not be able to drive the kind of car that I like to drive, but I am somebody. I'm God's child. I am Upward Bound's backbone, people power, love power, yeah. They would say that every morning I'd get them up and they would just recite that. And now I got a letter just the other day. Had one of my students, before I left Texas A&M, graduated from Johns Hopkins. He's now a physician. I have 7 lawyers that have come up under my tutelage. It's not how you start, it's how you end up. So I want to say to the class of 2015, this is your year. This is your opportunity. I see lawyers, I see doctors, I see all kind of people sitting before me, and it's not anybody that will stop you. It will be you that will stop you. So you begin to do like I do every morning. My wife, she loves Denzel Washington. Yes, she does. She loves Denzel Washington. And I told her I am the best thing she's ever had. I don't look like Denzel, but every morning I get up, I dress up, I look up. And anybody know me, I love a lot of colognes. I smell up. And I take what God has given me and I do the best I can with it. Young people, this is your time. Your class, you're called the Millennium Kids. You will be the one that will turn America upside down and inside out because of your tenacity, and you'll say that you can make a difference. There's a poem that I like to close with, says, keep on keeping on, though life is like a clock, though we fail to understand, though we sometimes have ups and downs that will make us look all around. Sometimes we look back with the despair of wondering, can I ever make it? But always remember, one step will get you towards your goal. One step will get you toward where you're going. If you take that one step, then you can be the most successful person that has ever been. May God bless you. May God keep you, the class of 2015.
Thank you, Mr. Brooks. Now is that moment you have all been waiting for. The presentation of the diplomas. School Board Vice Chairman Nancy McMorris-Audix, Superintendent Christy Perry, Director of Student Services Ruth Gilbrook, I present to you for receipt of the graduation diplomas, the class of 2015.
Azael Kubeza. Anna Garibay. Destiny Chong. Courtney Scott. Kaylee Munez. Megan Miller. Jocelyn Valiente Reyes. Karina Tapia. Andrea Ronkin. Anna Ogren. Eric Bridge. Alex Middig. Amanda Peralta. Myra Castro Sales.
Jennifer Rodriguez. Jasmine Paula Islas Castillo. Jasmine Deckard. Samariel Hancock. Alyssa Rodriguez. Michaela Pascal. Molly Bolton. Ezekiel Menchaca. Alton Lozier. Sabrina Payne. Lily Ozarova. Victoria Vaughn. Angelina Watson. Lara DeSantis.
Anna Maria Smith. Daisy Heredia. Kendra Olvera. Jocelyn Oseguera. Emmanuel Murillo. Miguel Cordova. Eric Lopez Raya. Oscar Navas. Eugene Ozarov. Andre Sakali. Josh Dolan. Aurora Lathy. Miriam Flores. Monse Mendez.
Aurora Lee Easby. Raylyn Curtis. Marina Andreevna Kontartieva. Yulia Andreevna Kondratieva. Tana McCurry. Shay Lynn Reese. Araceli Morales Sandoval. Maricela Cruz Vega. Ana Gabriela Munive. Danielle Cisneros. Clara Lucio. Leia Nueva Frias. Elizabeth Lopez. Anna Gutierrez.
Kristen Rain Thompson. Katie Brooke Thompson. Ryan Thompson. Cheyenne Williams Richardson. Nosorio Liberato.
Students, it is your hard work and determination that has brought you to where you are today. We're proud of the perseverance and resolve you have shown to reach this point in your educational career as high school graduates. Parents, we ask that you please stay seated as the students leave the auditorium during the recessional. You may greet them outside and celebrate and take pictures. Students, please stand at this time. Please turn around and face the audience. Students, you may now take your tassel from the right side and move it to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and distinct privilege to present to you the graduating class of 2015.